Hello, my name is Tom Stiles, and this is Tom's Radio Room Show number 224. Today we're going to travel back in time. And the reason we're doing this is because yesterday I got a new, to me, old radio. And I wanted to find out, how much that radio cost originally. So it was sold by Radio Shack, and I'm collected over the years. I've collected the Radio Shack catalogs. I think I have them back to like 1970, maybe not. It's amazing that Radio Shack was actually started in 1921. So they've been around for a long time. But it wasn't until like the late 60s, I think, that they started having the franchises and stores all over the place. But anyway, and I used to, every year I'd go get their latest catalog, and I've kept them over the years. So I grabbed a couple of them, trying to find the radio that I bought, and I was able to find it. And so I thought I'd show you, some of the old stuff that you could buy back then. So here's the 1979 catalog. So we're going to peruse through that, and we're going to find that radio I bought. We're going to start in the back here. That's where the radio is. The very back is showing their 599 personal computer. This was the TRRS 80 Model 1 computer, sometimes called a trash computer because it was very cheap. Although it did a great job. I still have one of these. I still have the monitor. And originally you had to use a cassette drive for storing your programs. Okay. So we're going to glance through this catalog. I can figure out how to turn the pages without jumping over what I want to show you. There's some portable radios, transistorized radios, and here is some portable shortwave radios, of which I have this one down here, which is the Patrolman CB6, and I have this one here, which is the DX-60. They're not original. I had one original one. I don't think it's even on this page that I bought when I was a kid, and I don't know where it went. And I bought this one and this one used over the past 10 years because I started collecting them again. But here is the radio that I just bought yesterday, and it's their DX-160. Now, it came with an external speaker. This is not attached, it's just pushed up against it. And so it did not have an internal speaker, so you had to have an external speaker. The one I bought yesterday has the external speaker, but the speaker does not work, so I'll have to replace the actual speaker in this cabinet here. It was it was long wave, AM, and 3 shortwave bands covering the whole shortwave spectrum from 1.5, well, not the whole one, 1.5 to 30 megahertz. Plus, it had some other features in that it had an S meter, nice S meter there. It had not only the main tuning, which was this dial here, but it had this band spread, which is in these older radios, they typically had this band spread where you would tune the main, kind of crudely tune in the station, and then fine tune it using this band spread, they called it, and this was the scale for it. This radio has a BFO, so you can listen to single sideband. It has an antenna trimmer, which is basically a variable cap to try to adjust the impedance of your long wire antenna to match the frequency that you're trying to listen to. It also has a built-in AC power supply, and it has connections on the back to run it on 12 volts DC if you want to run it in your vehicle or remotely out in the field someplace. What else did it have? Okay, the other thing is that when I turned it on and tried it this morning, I noticed that some of these controls were kind of noisy, which is typical of these older radios. So I took the covers off and cleaned those controls, and the noise went away. I couldn't even get the band switch to work on all positions, but after cleaning that, they work on all positions. I get all bands now coming in loud and clear, and it's very selective. It's not even very sensitive, it's very selective. So I think this is going to be a great radio. I'm glad I was able to get it. Back then it sold for $180. I had one of these. Again, it wasn't original. I bought it used, and I loaned it out to someone about, 15 years ago, and I never got it back, and so unfortunately that gentleman passed away. So that's why I picked this up when I saw it on Craigslist. So I ran over and took a look at it, and looked clean as a whistle. It looks clean as a whistle. And just had to clean up some contacts, and it's working great. And in the next few shows in the future, okay, we're going back in time, and in the future, I'll do some reviews of this. I have the covers off right now so I can show you the innards of the radio. It's fairly complicated for a radio that was built back in, I think it was built originally back in 1975, I think is when it came out. This catalog is in 1979, of course. So that's the radio I want to be showing you in the near future. And we're going to go on, see what else we got here. Okay, here was the kind of the Cadillac of shortwave radios. This one sold for almost $400. This was the model DX-300. I have a DX-320, which followed this. Pretty much the same radio. The big attraction to this radio, and they got it blown up here, was up here they had a digital readout, so you could precisely tune the station. So that's why this was $379 compared to this one, which was $179. Pretty expensive back there in 1979. Let's see what else we got in here quickly. CB radios, they had CB radios. There's a CB radio with a telephone handset. The other thing they have, which you don't find anymore, or you don't find 99% of the stuff at Radio Shack anymore, is they had antennas for shortwave, for CB, for ham radio, and these were right in the store. You didn't have to mail them. And they had parts and accessories for your radios. Here's microphones. Here's meters, S meters, power meters. Just all kinds of stuff right in the store. Here's walkie-talkies that were huge. These things are huge compared to your little handy talkies, they call them nowadays. Here's some scanner radios. Matter of fact, I have one of those two right now. Those were crystal controlled, so you had to buy a crystal for each frequency you wanted. Of course, back then the frequency didn't change much. And here was the Cadillac scanner back then, $400. This did not require crystals, and that's why it was so expensive. I have two of these, one of which it works, one that does not work. And I even think I did a video on one of them, one of my earlier shows. More antenna stuff. Test equipment. Well, I used to love these things, these science fair kits that you could build various circuits. They had 150 in one, 75. I mean, you could add 175 circuits that you could build in this kit. There's a lot of these right now on sale on eBay. And this, oh goody, my weather station. 74 degrees out today here in Florida. This set, which was 150 in one, which is the best one I think they had, sold for $30. These are going on eBay, some of them as high as $100. Some of the ones that are in pristine condition. Batteries, all kinds of batteries. They were noted for batteries. Tools. We're working on electronic stuff. Again, more parts. There's even vacuum tubes. You could actually go to Radio Shack and buy vacuum tubes back then. I mean, you didn't have to mail order. You just went in there and bought them. Little boxes for your things you're going to build up, your little kits. Here's individual parts. They had something called Acer packs, which were like packs of resistors and capacitors, switches, transistors you could buy. This goes on and on and on. Oh, I wish I could. There was a store like this now that you could buy parts. For instance, let me see if I can catch that page again. Show you something I've been trying to get recently, and I don't see. Thought there would be some on this page. Oh, okay. Here's some. Yeah, here they are. I don't know if it'll show up very well, but right here are, they call it cleaning sticks, and they were used to clean tape heads for tape recorders. They were used for cleaning contacts, and they're what they call now Q-tips, except the handle or the stick was about 10 inches long, so you could reach down inside your radios and stuff and your tape recorders. I've been trying to buy these for about a week now. I finally had to end up buying them from Hong Kong, and it's going to take me a month to get them. There's the old reel-to-reel tape used to use on tape recorders, and then the new modern stuff back then was cassette tapes. Of course, now everything is done on either CDs or even zip drives. There's some more boom boxes. So anyway, that was a Radio Shack catalog. This was a one for $19.79, and I just got this radio. Oops, I can find it again. I just got this radio, the DX-160, and I'll be doing some shows on it to show the inside of the thing and show you the operation. So anyway, that's the show for today. If you haven't subscribed to my shows, please do so. We have some giveaways coming up for our subscribers, and you don't want to miss on that. So do subscribe, and if you enjoyed the show, please give me a thumbs up. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.